Well, good morning everyone on a sunny Tuesday morning this morning after Easter. Hope you all had a good time. We had a nice time and had a week in Sydney last week, so that was pretty awesome. Thank you very much to my wife for my birthday present.
Indeed. And it was interesting when we were in Sydney. I caught a chat show or whatever, morning news, and they were talking about how they have real huge issues with supply of property in Australia or in Sydney. Exactly the same story as what we're going on here. The same issues with supply and demand. Prices are going up, and it's just all about they just can't build enough houses for people to buy.
And interesting, in the paper over the weekend, there was an article in saying, hey, if you thought Auckland was on their own with this whole pricing thing, we're not. And they quoted Sydney, Toronto, Hong Kong and Beijing. And the one that got me the most, I guess, was Beijing. Along with Shanghai, Shenzhen and Guangzhou, property market prices up 20% in the last year. They require quite a high deposit there, 30 to 35% deposit to buy a home. So that makes it pretty tough. But it's 17 times the average annual income is the cost of a property there, which is just
that's extraordinary. Isn't it? Yeah.
You know, so and then in Hong Kong, which is of course the most expensive property market in the world, they just announced that they've got a new development of 40 square metre apartments, and they are on the market at just a fraction under 2 million New Zealand dollars for 40 square metres. So I mean, really. And Toronto, they're trying to, a bit like here, you know, I think in Vancouver, was it? They put a foreign investment tax on last year, but they haven't really been able to measure what effect it's had. And so Toronto are talking about doing the same thing, but they don't have, a bit like Auckland, don't have the data recorded of how many foreign buyers or foreign owners there are. So if you can't measure that, it seems a bit, you know, you don't know whether it's going to work or not, I suppose. Their prices up 33% last year. And of course Sydney, as Lisa just said, they're up 19% in the last year, and the cost there is 8.4 times the average salary. So we're, you know, I know we're in a tough situation and all that with housing prices, but I don't know that it's, you know, there's always someone worse off, isn't there?
Well, I think it is. It just keeps coming back to supply, that same odd thing. And I think, interestingly, they were talking in this thing that I was watching in Sydney, same issues as here. You know, they're trying to free up, and I guess in Sydney we saw lots of medium-rise apartment buildings, so some really lovely apartment buildings. And their waterfront is just full of
high to medium rise, or medium to high rise.
But they still have the same issues, you know, that whole, you know, not in my backyard kind of thing. They want to free up land, but not necessarily in the inner city suburbs. There you go, tongue twister for a Tuesday morning. Anyway, that's enough of us. Hope you all have a fantastic day and an awesome week, and we will see you back on Monday.
Yeah, day before Anzac weekend.
Yeah.
Another holiday. Have a good one.